welcome to Pinterest in 10 minutes a day. I am here to help busy mom entrepreneurs take control of your online business using 10 minutes a day organic Pinterest marketing. My goal is to teach you the ins and outs of do-it-yourself Pinterest marketing. We're going to share success stories, provide actionable tips to help you grow your online business. So get ready to learn, walk away with a lot of information, and get some big results. We're going to dive in and start building your online presence today. So I set up my Pinterest. Now what? Well, congratulations. You did the hard part. You claimed your account. You've added your logo. You've added your profile image. Maybe you've even created a few boards. And now you're wondering if it's even doing anything. This could have been you set up your account 2 weeks ago. You set up your account 2 months ago, or you set up your account 2 years ago and you haven't really done anything. So first off, let's start talking about how to go from setting up your account to strategy. And the first thing is setting up the account isn't the finish line, but it is a huge step in getting that done. The hardest part about Pinterest is getting your Pinterest profile set up. I set up Pinterest profiles for people. It takes me about 3 hours to do that, coming from a standpoint of searching for keywords, getting the boards built out, and all of that stuff. Setting up your profile will take the most time. You have to find the keywords, you have to figure out the boards, figure out where you're going. So getting that set up, you deserve a major pat on the back, or if it was me, I'd be going and eating some chocolate ice cream, right? So that it takes a lot of work. If you're able to claim your profile, your website with your profile, great. If not, depending on your platform, that's okay. But Pinterest is not a set it and forget it platform, but that you've gotten the profile set up is the hardest work done. So that is really cool. Think of Pinterest like planting a garden. You've prepped the soil. So getting that profile is all about getting the right soil. We've planted gardens multiple times, and if you got crappy soil, that garden isn't going to grow. So now that your profile set up, you have that soil in place, you need to plant, water, and nurture the content, which is actually the really easy stuff. You just do a little bit each day, and pretty soon you are getting a whole bunch of vegetables from your garden. And so Pinterest actually works like a search engine. So the second step, so now that you have your profile set up, is to be consistent. And you need to, how do I say this? So Pinterest works like a search engine. It needs content regularly to understand what your business is about and share it with others. So you've set up your profile, ideally optimized with SEO keywords, but it still loves to see that consistent content related to those keywords to keep knowing what you're about and keep sharing that profile with that search engine. So after setting up your profile, first of all, if you are brand new, you've just set it up, build out your boards. So we dig into this more in the Pinterest Organic Growth Academy, talking about how to find boards and what type of boards to create and keywords and names for all of those. But if you've set up your profile, you have your name, your description, all of that. We cover that in the Pinterest Organic Growth Academy too, but you already have that done. You want to create boards up to about 10 boards related to your actual services, related to the questions your audience are asking, and product categories of stuff you're selling, okay? You want to make sure your board names are clear and searchable, such like spring wedding hairstyles or how to create a lead magnet or email marketing startup tips or email service providers. What are some other ideas? Feminine embodiment, that type of thing, right? Your boards need to have clear searchable names, SEO keyword friendly names. So in the POG Academy, if you were my student, I would have you go through and make a list of about 20 keywords. And those keywords are going to become part of those boards that are related to your niche. Now, if you've set up your Pinterest a while ago and you have all kinds of boards on there and you're listening to this, then this is your sign to clean up some of those boards. My business changes a little bit each year and it's always evolving because as a human nature, we are always evolving. Okay. So really making sure you clean up those boards and having only boards that are specifically related to what you're doing in your business now and updating those keywords if you need to. Some keywords are forever going. I've had some of the same Pinterest board titles since I've set up my Pinterest account because those are evergreen keywords. Okay. So you've got your profile set up. You already have that. We've cleaned up your boards. The last thing you want to do now with this strategy is to create fresh pins weekly. Now, Pinterest loves consistency. And when we hear this, sometimes we panic because you've heard this person say you need 10 new pins a day, but this person does 20 new pins a day. And how in the world are they doing all of that? I will be the first one to tell you that I have grown my business using one, maybe two pins a day. Okay. You do not have to do that much content. You are just getting started on Pinterest. So you don't have that much content, and putting that much content could get you marked as spam. But that being said, Pinterest does want consistency. So adding 1 to 3 new pins a week that are linked to your blog post, your products, your lead magnets, or services is a great way to start building that consistency. And now that your profile is set up, I'm going to tell you that Canva is your best friend. They have a ton of free images that you can use, and you can do all the colors to brand it. Their templates are great to use. If you want to pay for Canva Pro, you have more stuff, but I used Canva Pro for almost I used the free version of Canva for almost 5 years before I switched over to Pro. So Canva has great templates and all that stuff. Okay, just switch up the templates a little bit. So if you're going to use a Canva template, switch the fonts and the colors to fit your brand and brand them. We dig about this into the Pinterest Organic Growth Academy, how to create branded templates for your pins so you can create pins without spending a lot of time. We're all about efficiency here. But that is what you want to do. Pinterest is a search engine. So you want to have boards with those SEO titles, and you want to create pins using those SEO titles in the overlay of that pin image, in the title of the pin, and in the description of the pin. When Pinterest sees these phrases, they put it out there on the Pinterest platform. And when a user, a pinner, somebody who's looking for your help types in that keyword, they are able to find you. Okay. So some examples are mortgage tips for first-time home buyers in Texas would be a great pin title. My dog is barking. We're going to close out. Or wedding dress ideas for a beach wedding, that type of thing. There's so many different things you can go. Your board titles are going to be shorter. Your pin titles are going to be a little bit longer. Okay. Now, if you're not quite sure what kinds of pins to create or which boards your audience will love, or how not to spend hours on Pinterest pinning and creating content, that is where my Pinterest Organic Growth Academy comes in. Okay. I spent 3 years on Pinterest sacrificing a whole bunch of time and pinning away and really trying to figure out. I went to a lot of courses. I did a lot of research to see what's working. And then at the 5-year mark, this is with my first business before I even started teaching business, I tweaked that strategy to where it just got down to 10 minutes a day pinning. I went from doing 100 pins a day to just 10 minutes a day pinning, which was 5 to 10 pins, because that includes repins. Okay. And this is all in the Pinterest Organic Growth Academy. It's going to be to the point, super efficient, and how to get your profile set up, those keywords, your pinning strategy, and to look at the last pillar, which is all about growth, diving into your analytics, diving into your website, making sure everything connects. Pinterest is just the very tippity top of your funnel. But if you can't get people to the top of your funnel, then it's not going to work for you. But the flip side of that is if you get thousands of visitors from Pinterest, but you can't convert them down your funnel, then that's a problem too. So in that last pillar of the POG Academy, we do dig into that growth so that don't just get all this Pinterest traffic and then I leave you hanging, because that's no fun. I've had to figure it out on my own. I don't want you to have to do that. So you have all of that in there. The bottom line is, once you've set up your profile, you want to begin adding valuable content and pinning regularly. That could be 1 time a week for you. That could be 3 times a week for you. That could be once a day, but stay consistent and commit to something that you know you can do. So start easy with the consistency. When you can prove to yourself that you can be consistent, then you can ramp that up and do a little bit more. And remember, write this down. It can take 6 to 9 months to start seeing a lot of saves on those pins and traffic coming in. Okay, so let's dive into your action step. I want you to open up your Pinterest profile and I want you to review the boards you made. Okay, so this is for those of you who already set up boards. You want to rename at least one board using a clear, searchable keyword term. go ahead and create one pin, fresh content to it. Even if it's a blog post you wrote a while ago, create a new pin image, add a new title, add a new description, and pin it to that new board. This is going to start the momentum, and Pinterest loves those signals. If you have just set up your profile and you don't have boards, your action step is to create 3 boards, one board for 3 main pain points that your ideal client has. Okay, this is going to start that momentum going. Okay, bonus is if you're in my free Facebook group called Woman on Pinterest, go ahead and share that pin on my Thursdays Save My Pin thread so that we can see what it looks like. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I love having you here. If you have any questions, head on over to my free Facebook group titled Woman on Pinterest. If you want to learn more about the Pinterest Organic Growth Academy, it's 100% self-paced, priced for mom entrepreneurs that don't have a lot of money hanging around. And you can go to sharicemerrill.com/POG. Okay, guys, I'll chat with you later. Bye for now.